Good morning, average girl. Have you been able to sleep? The anticipation is killing you. I'm actually kind of excited myself. I mean, it was something that we kind of just, my husband and I had just kind of discussed. And I didn't think it was going to happen so soon or that the opportunity would come up so soon. So it's kind of like, yay, like it's meant to be. So, hey, Maple Street. My little surprise over here. And the cat is over here because of my surprise. But it just kind of like fell into my lap like the same day that I was talking about it. So I was talking about it with my husband while I was at work, like on text. Can you get off of that, please? And then I was talking to a coworker, and then it just fell into my lap. So I'm excited to share. I mean, yeah, we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I can always change my mind too, which is the good thing. If I find that it's just not going to work for me, I can back out, no muss, no fuss. See how many other people make it in. I wanted to see how many people would make it in just because I did post that I had something to say, something new. But we'll see. We'll see who comes. I had to wake up really early. Ian had to be at work at 9 a.m., which means, and he wanted to leave. He wanted to leave at 7:45 because we have to drive 45 minutes. Plus, we have to go to his dad's house first so he can drop off his stuff and then take him to work. So, yeah, I've been up a little bit. I'm tired. I'm almost finished my cup of coffee. I might have to brew some more. I was like, it's my day off, and I had to get up super early. That's not fun. Ugh, see, that's my husband got up at 3:30. I think he got up at 3:30. But he does that by choice because he goes to the gym before he goes to work, and he's crazy. He's crazy. He spends a few hours at the gym, showers, and then he goes to work. He has to be at work at 8, I believe. You were up at 7? And I think I'll have to see once I feed Bella. But she wasn't feeling good last night. Apparently, according to my husband, she was off and on puking during the day while I was at work. but she was just kind of puking up slime because she hadn't eaten anything and she wasn't eating when he offered it to her. But then when I got home last night at about 7:45, we fed her and she ate. And then just as we were getting ready to go to bed, she threw up everything. Like everything she ate. I mean, we had like 6 piles of puke to clean up. And it was like, is she gonna stop? Like, even after 6 piles, her stomach was still, she was still like, whoa, but nothing else was coming up. But she hasn't thrown, didn't throw up all night, so we'll just have to see now, I guess, if I feed her today, if she wants to eat, like, why she suddenly was just like not feeling it yesterday. I wondered if maybe because I put some like anti-itch spray on her, and it's just essential oils and stuff like that. But if she was licking herself and all of that, maybe that upset her stomach. I don't know. She needs to stop it because it's supposed to help her itching because she's itching like crazy. Like, just, no, she's my dog. She's itching like crazy and she's ending up scabbing herself. Like, she's breaking the skin. She's scratching so much. So, like, we've been putting salmon oil in her food. I have um, a spray that's just like essential oils that's supposed to relieve itching. I don't know if maybe that, if she's licked her hair or anything, if she's licked herself, if she's ingesting the oils that are sprayed on her, maybe that upset her stomach. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, she wasn't feeling good yesterday. Okay, average girl. I'll hold off on my news. She can't miss. She wanted to hear about it yesterday. Because I was like, I got news. She's like, ugh. Hey, Southern Belle. Oh, thank you. I'm tired. I was like, I got to make myself look a little less tired because I got up early. Ian had to be at work at 9, and being a 45-minute drive, and he had to drop off his stuff at his dad's first. We had to leave kind of early. Nope, I haven't seen any kangaroos. Nope. You know, I held a couple of ferrets yesterday at work because somebody wanted to see some ferrets. And I have a favorite ferret in our enclosure, and it's a good thing that they're expensive because otherwise I would bring her home. She's a really sweet ferret. She's so cute. I look ready to take on the world. I don't feel ready to take on the world. Nope. And I've still been, can you stop shaking things? I've still been bummed out about losing some friends, and or who I thought were friends, I guess. You know, you make one mistake. If you were real friends, mistakes happen and things can be worked out. But, you know, when you're not given that chance and you're just abandoned by everybody over one thing, you know, it still bums me out. But apparently they weren't actual friends. and I thought they were. So at least you guys are here. I miss my I miss my friends. Or I guess I miss my supposed friends. I guess I shouldn't be so bummed out if they weren't real friends, but I thought they were, and that's I guess what I'm upset about is, I lost what I thought was real that apparently wasn't real, and I need to get over it. But because see, that's where I differ, I guess. I take my friendships seriously, and somebody can make a mistake and make be a fool over something and apologize, and we can work it out. But apparently, in this instance, I'm not given that opportunity. So, luckily, the not friends tend to see themselves out. And yeah, that's apparently what happened because they just all left and haven't spoken to me. So, yeah, real friends are hard to find. Real friends are hard to find. I thought you and your husband had a morning date. No, no, he's at work. You should see if your son fortification sleep. Yeah, that would be so much fun. I don't think we could. I can't even go to Aquashella right now, and I want to, and it's only 3 hours away, let alone the distance to you. Hey, Jenny. Oh, I know it's not because they're busy. I know it's not because they're busy. I've sent messages, and the threads have either disappeared or I've seen that they've seen my messages and they're not responding. They don't come into the live streams like they used to all the time when they were frequent. Um, and I did get one reaming out last weekend by one of those people, and that's it. Nobody else has said anything to me, but they don't come around. So that's that's what's upsetting to me is people that I thought were friends just went poof over one thing that may have been a serious thing to some people or whatever, but I'm not given that opportunity to try and fix it, to work anything out. So that's that's not friendship. Yeah, she's playing in the window. Yeah, I tend to take my friendships seriously, and it saddens me when those people who I thought were friends just vanish. I hope they come back around, but I don't know. I don't know. What you doing? Oh, you're sweet. I haven't even told my husband about it because he'll just say, "See, I told you, don't make friends because you don't even know if they're actual friends." And you know, I just don't want to hear him say, "See, you shouldn't even be on there." But I told Ian about it today on the way to work. Oh, you've been waiting for me? I did see that you were live a little bit earlier. I had just gotten back from dropping Ian off and was setting mine up, and I lurked. I didn't actually say anything, but I was listening while I was setting mine up. I saw that you were feeling sick. You caught a cold or something. I'm sorry if it was me. No, mine's a couple weeks old and I feel fine. It's just I got the residual cough and yeah, he's an I told you so husband. I mean, because he knows how I get. He knows how sensitive I get. When things like that happen, when I lose, what's been important to me, and I lose it. He knows how that bothers me. So he wants, basically, he's trying to look out for me in that way. Don't do this so that it doesn't come back and bite you. But I still, I still take the risks, I guess. Yeah, Jenny, you did sound like you had a bit of a sniffle or whatever. You didn't sound too bad. Yeah, yeah, he does, and I love him for that. That he tries to look out for me and my feelings. Huh? Maybe there's something else going on. There's been a couple of people at work that haven't been feeling well. They've had really bad headaches and to the point of being nauseous. And one girl last weekend went home early. She was sent home because she had thrown up and everything in there because she just had such a bad headache. And apparently yesterday one of my other coworkers was kind of feeling that way. I was like, get away. I mean, I wasn't too worried because I thought it's just, you know, as a result of bad headaches, but now that's two people that have been nauseous over bad headaches. Maybe it is a bug going around that they better stay away from me. Well, and see again, Jenny, they're not real friends then. I tend to be very accepting. Um, Sometimes I don't speak up when I should, and that's part of what happened here is these people don't feel like I handled the situation properly and disappeared as a result of that when, everybody's got a different personality and maybe I didn't handle it the way I should have, but I don't approach situations the way they necessarily do either. I did handle it. I just didn't handle it the way they thought I should at the time, which for me a lot of the time hindsight is 2020 and a situation will present itself and then after the fact I'm like I should have handled it this way. That's the way I am. That's the way I've always been. Something will occur and I'll be like I wish I said this or I wish I said that. I wish I would have done this. This is the way I am. And unfortunately in this case it backfired on me and people left and ended the friendship because of it. And it wasn't that strong of a friendship if that's the case. Hey, Vanessa. Ooh, a bike ride. Yeah, don't text and ride. Oh yeah, it is bad being caught in the middle and that's kind of how I felt because it was, you know, people in my stream saying things, and these people wanted me to handle it this way, and being caught in the middle. Yeah, exactly. Like, for the most part, only one person verbally was mad at me, but then said their piece, and even though I said mine, there was no response. When I tried to explain, there was no response, and that's it. And everybody else just vanished without explanation. Yes, watch the road, Vanessa. Your hubby says hi, Vanessa. Yeah, exactly, Jenny. And that's sometimes how I feel, is that if I speak how I'm really feeling about something, that, somebody's not going to tolerate it and they're going to vanish. So sometimes you're damned if you do, damned if you don't. You speak up and you lose somebody. You don't speak up and somebody else says you didn't handle that correctly, and then they leave. Uh, I don't know. I'm just tired of the drama. It shouldn't have gotten the way it got. People make mistakes. People uh, don't always handle a situation properly. It's not worth ending a friendship over. Be safe, Vanessa. I'll have to start that up again, Southern Belle. I'll have to start that up again. I was thinking about that the other day. I'm like, why did I stop that? I knew it was like every morning I had to be prepared to do one and upload it, but it was just something that happened with some supporters, I guess. I'd say friends, but apparently that's not really what they were. Um, I don't want to name any names because I don't want to call anybody out. I don't want to be one of those people either. Um, yeah, you wouldn't have friends if you ended the friendship every time they upset you. Yeah, you can't control what other people say in your live stream, but you can control how you handle it. And maybe I didn't react right away the way I should have, but I did handle it. I just didn't handle it well at the time, or how everyone thought I should at the time. And that's what came back to bite me. But again, I'm also not the same personality as those people. They may have handled it differently at the time, but they are a different, stronger personality. So, I mean, if that's what's going to end a friendship, then I guess that's, again, not a very strong friendship. Yeah, remember what the Bible says, God, how many times should I take an apology, or like forgive? Seven. Yep. 70 times seven. Yeah. Good morning, Fo. I was sitting here at Starbucks talking to you, but I got to drive back home. All right, Jenny. Hey, Justino. Let me see. Yeah, Justino. Hello. How are ya? So yeah, it's been bothering me, but I got to think about, why is it bothering me? It's bothering me because I thought they were real friends, and real friends should be able to go through some disagreement and some, you know, rough spots without falling apart. And since one thing happened and it fell apart, it wasn't that strong to begin with. And I need to think about that and be like, okay, well, yeah, yep, yeah, that's true. That's true. It just feels like, like really, you're damned if you do, damned if you don't, because somebody somewhere is going to get pissed. And I mean, I did handle the situation, still lost the friends, and then the person that I handled came in as a troll because I handled it, and they were pissed. So everybody got pissed because I handled it the way I handled it. I hope so. Well, thank you. Yeah, you can't please everybody 100% of the time. You hope that at least if you've upset a friend, that I mean, I've had friends that I've been upset with that have been upset with me and we're still friends. You know, maybe we go through a period where we're upset with each other, but we get over it because we're adults. We're not, you know, try not to act like children. Like, I don't want to be like my daughter when she was a teenager and, one day a friend of hers, they're best friends, and the next day they can't stand each other. I don't want to be that kind of a fickle person where I'm acting like a kid. Hey, Lisa, how are you? You changed your last name on here. It used to be different. What was it? You could private message it to me. Oh no, you can't because you're not in the panel. If you were on the panel, even backstage, you could private message it to me. I want to, because right now, to me, you feel new. Yeah, forgiveness is fine, but forgetting is another thing you feel out. Yeah, yeah, you can forgive, but you don't forget. You just, oh, Pinkham, okay. But yeah, um, obviously you don't forget and you could be more careful and you don't put yourself in the same position. But it doesn't mean that, I mean, my husband pisses me off. I piss him off. We'd be divorced 10 times over if we didn't get over it. But we get over it. And it doesn't mean that I don't forget some things that he said or done. But the whole idea is to try and be better. But anyway, I've got 12 of you in here. So if you're here to find out what my new venture is, um, first I'll show you and then I'll explain. So let me take this off. I'll add myself to my panel so that I can just, I'm going to have to clean this already. So let me, I need to put mesh on the top of that. All right. So I'm adding myself. Yes, I met Vanessa in real life. So we're real life friends now. One day I'll have to take a trip out there in the evening so I could be at your campfire with your pawns. Because I liked that. I liked that video you put up. That was cool. Okay, let me add myself. All right, you see this? Oh no. Okay, I'm muted. You see? Those it's kind of gross in here right now. There's a little bit of water over there. These are not rats. These are mice. And the reason for them is there is a severe feeder shortage. And yes. And the reason for this is we at work only get feeders every Friday. And today is only Monday, and yesterday we had people coming in for feeders, and we are completely out. We are completely out. The same with rats too, but you know I'm not going to have the heart to do that because I have pet rats. But we are completely out of small rats. We are completely out of medium rats. We are completely out of pinkies, fuzzies, hoppers, adult mice. We're completely out. And we don't get any more until Friday, yet we have people coming in every day wanting feeders. So I said to my husband, maybe I should breed feeders. And yeah, I rescued them all. I said, maybe I should breed feeders. And he was like, would you be able to do that? And I said, well, it's just not necessarily going to be easy for me because they are still alive and they have cute faces and all of that. But mice are a little bit more shitheady than rats. And I said, what should I name them? And because this is a male and a female. I was like, what should I name them? And Ian goes, don't name them. Then you'll get attached. But yes, I'm going to breed these. And the reason why because I was talking to my husband about it just yesterday, and then I was talking to a coworker, and then half an hour before I was like, maybe the next time we get mice in, I'll just get a few and hope that I end up with a male and female. But then half an hour before we closed, someone literally came in and surrendered these two, and they had newborns. The newborns, the pinkies, are at work. We took them out and put them in with our nursing moms because we still have a few nursing moms, but all of the pinkies and all of the fuzzies and all of that, shitheady, we sold all of the babies. So we took the pinkies out, put them with the other moms, and since these are already a breeding pair, I was like, shoot, I'm bringing them home. So now yeah, I mean, they can have babies again, and then I'll have pinkies, but I'll only have one stage. So I was like, problem is, I'll only be able to offer pinkies, or I'll only be able to offer fuzzies, or whatever, unless when they breed, I keep a few of the pinkies and weed out, male and female, so I can have a few breeding pairs so that I can have different stages. Just call them mom and dad. Yeah. And I don't know who is who right now. It's hard to tell. But once one of them starts getting nice and round, it should be easier. But yeah, they seem friendly enough. Like they haven't tried to bite me. They're just skittish. They kind of smell. I need that lid. I need to cut the whole top off and put mesh on it because when I take the lid off, they're kind of smelly. But yeah, I was like, I could name them Sonny and Cher. I can name them Ricky and Lucy, Fred and Ethel, or whatever. And Ian was like, don't name them. And this morning, when I got up, I saw them sleeping and they were snuggled up together. I'm like, oh, look, they're all snuggled up together. He goes, don't adore them. I'm like, don't adore them. And I was thinking, what's going through their minds right now? Because yesterday she was nursing when we took the babies out and gave them to the other moms. They had full tummies. So I was like, she just finished nursing and now she has no babies to feed. But yeah, so I don't know who is who, but hello. But yeah, so they're going to be little feeders, and I'm going to try and make some money on feeders because when we run out, because I have coworkers that need to feed snakes and things too, and they're always trying to say, "Save me a hopper, save me a this, save me a that." Well, if we sell out, then nobody has anything. Yeah, just remember how shitheady they are. Although I've done a little research now, and if you handle them when they're really young, they can be just as friendly. So I'm like, I'm just gonna have to try to resist. Ian's like, you're gonna keep all the mice, and I'm like, and do what with them? Yeah, don't adore their offspring. That is the thing. Because at work, I do feel bad when I pull pinkies out for somebody, or coworkers pull the pinkies out to feed the snakes at work. And I'm like, those poor little things, they didn't even get to see the world yet. They don't even know what's going on. And I feel bad for them. But I'm like, I got to get past that. I got to get past that. So my husband was like, you think you can do this? And I was like, well, if I find that I can't, I can get out of this easily and just bring these guys back to the store. Because the only reason why we were allowed to take the pinkies and give them to the nursing moms is because these mice were originally from us. Somebody bought these. I don't know if they bought them as feeders or if they bought them as pets, but they surrendered them yesterday because they had babies. So, yeah, that is my new little venture. We'll see if I can do it. If I can't, at least I can get out of it. But we'll see what happens. All right, let me get back into the back on camera. So yeah, that's where they are right now. What I want to do, because I'm going to need more than one bin, is to get one of those plastic drawers, like those drawer sets, like bins that have drawers. Get one that has 3 or 4 of them or whatever, because then I can put nursing moms with pinkies in the top. I can put fuzzies in the middle. I can put, whatever. So that's what I think I'm going to try and do. But for right now, this is my only pair. All right. Now let me go, since I did all the talking I did. Let me scroll back up. Speaking of mice, you need to get mice for the snake. Well, right now I don't have any babies. No babies yet. Plus, you're too far away. Name them lunch and dinner. Oh, I'm not gonna. I don't know how many times I mean, for feeders, it probably doesn't matter as much, maybe. But I have to look into how many times these two can actually breed. Ultimate Fish Keeping, hello if you're still here. Well, let me put the lid back on because I have learned with some research that they can jump, and I don't need them getting out. Hey, kitty cat, how are you doing? Yeah, they are cute. So I just have to look past it. I gotta look past it. They're not rats. Rats are better. The mice we have at work are shitheads. They are. Um, but I imagine, like from what I've read, if you handle them when they're young, they're a little bit more friendly. So, and it's always nice not to be bitten by what you're taking care of. See. They can breed a lot. That's what I figured. And since they're not meant to be pets, you know, normally as pets and a responsible breeder of pets, you don't want to overbreed them. Because now my husband was like, now you're gonna be uh, uh, a mouse mill. I was looking for the word. Hey, Whimsy, how are you? And I was like, if I want to offer more than one stage of mouse, like in age, I'm going to have more than one breeding pair. I'm going to have a few breeding pairs. So I'm going to have to pick through some of the pinkies and figure out who's male and female so I can try and have more sets. And it was funny. I set them up in the bin. The bedding in there was surrendered with them. I put some paper towel in there they can shred. I brought some of the food blocks home, even though I did read what can they eat, what can a breeding pair eat. They can eat dog food, they can eat cat food. So I'm all set. Um, but I realized at 2 o'clock in the morning, I set them all up. They had their bedding in there, had the paper towel in there, the food. And I was like, 2 o'clock in the morning, I was like, crap. I didn't give them anything. I didn't give them a water source. So I had to get up and get them water. Oh, well, thanks for coming, kitty cat. I try. I share I share my knowledge as much as I can, and I do read since I love animals. I research a lot. Hey, Gemma, how you doing? I haven't seen her in forever. Water break. I'm doing all right, Gemma. I just showed my new little venture. I'm gonna start breeding mice for feeders, which is gonna be hard because I love animals, and but there is a demand for it because the pet store where I work out gets feeders in every Friday, and it's only Monday, and we've already been out for like 2 days, and people still need food for their snakes, and we're out. We have no more, and people are constantly coming in wanting feeders, and we don't have any. So there's a demand for it for sure. There also is a demand for rats, but I have pet rats, and I would never be able to breed the rats for feeders. I would never be able to do it. Mice are a little bit different. I mean, they're still alive, and they still, whatever, but I'm gonna try. My snake is loving his paper bedding. He's been burrowing. He hasn't done that since. Aw, yay! I'm glad he's happy. Good morning, Laura. You missed my little reveal. I'm gonna breed feeder mice now. At least starting out. Right now, all I've got is one set of parents. One set of a breeding pair. They were parents as of yesterday, but the babies were taken from them. And those are at work. But from here on out, the babies will stay with their parents until they sell as feeders. I used to be missed by some people, but apparently I won't be anymore. Yeah, I don't think I could feed. I don't think I could feed live. It's going to be hard enough for me to breed for feeders. And I've already been advised by my son not to name these mice because when you name them, you get attached. Kind of like, in Monsters Inc. If you name it, you get attached to it. So they're just going to be Mama Mouse and Papa Mouse, I guess. So yeah, originally I was like Sonny and Cher, Fred and Ethel. I don't know, but yeah, they are cute. They are definitely cute. But yes, how couldn't you be attached to Boo? She was a cutie. Yep. Yeah, I'll have to start up that Bible stuff again. I did enjoy it. Was good for me too because I had to be able to do it to share it. So, hey Kim, how are you doing? Journey to the New Normal is my real life friend, guys. I haven't seen her in ages. She moved away. Mice are fuzzy angels. Well, I said yesterday that mice. I even said to my son that mice are shitheads. And he goes, not all of them, kind of like how not all rats are angels. Like you can get a shithead rat too, depending on how socialized they are. And I'm like, I guess that's true. But mostly, I mean, at least at work, all of the feeder rats tend to be fairly friendly. You can handle them without being bitten, but you pick up one of the mice and they might chomp you. Probably because they're just so stinking small and it's scary when you come down at them. But oh, you've seen the devotional videos too? Yes, you're in Indy, Kim. I couldn't remember where you moved to. I'll definitely have to come and visit. Yes, all mice are little shits. Our hamster was a shithead the first year we had him, then he melted. Yeah. We've got some hamsters at work that are shitheads too because I still have a mark on my finger where I got bit. Like right there. And he had a mouthful because that's teeth mark and then his other teeth were up here. And he bit hard. I mean, if I press on this spot, it still hurts. My son's hamster's not nice, but yeah, they will. Yes, this bled a lot from that one hamster. Yes, hamsters bite hard. They do. I mean, they may be little, but they got strong jaws, man. A little fashion show with the rats. Hey, Eric, just south of Indy. Okay, gotcha. Yeah, I'll have to come and visit sometime. marbles on a bigger scale. So one of my coworkers has to rehome his guinea pigs. He's really upset. I was like, I wish I could take them, but I can't bring on anymore. Plus, he's selling them, and I think he's got 3. Them and everything that they have is all going together, and he's selling them for $150, and I obviously can't afford that. I can't even afford my hermit crabs yet. You were home about 2 months ago for the weekend. Ah! Although I've been working the weekend, so I wouldn't have been able to even see you. That's good that he's a sweetheart. Yeah, sometimes all you got to do is work with them, and the best thing to do is keep putting your hand in and letting them get used to your smells, listen to your voice, and let them come to you. Because if you go swooping in and chase after them, to them that their instinct is to run. They're prey, and you're a predator, and it's scary to them, and they'll bite because they're scared. So the best thing to do is to let them come to you in their time and let them get comfortable rather than chasing them around. All right, so my voice caught in my throat. Have a good day, Southern Belle. Thanks for stopping in. But yeah, so here I can show them again. They just curled up in their bedding. I don't know if I can show them again without disturbing them. Oh, you guys are stinky. Stinky poo. I take the lid off and I get hit with the smell. All right, let me see. Oh, and Ian's got his learner's permit for his driver's license now, you guys. He didn't even tell me about it. I was driving him home or driving him back for work, and I said, "So did you take your test again?" And he goes, "Yeah, I got my permit." And I'm like, "Thanks for telling me, dude." Little squirt. All right. There they are. One of them got up. The other one's under the paper towel. I'm going to assume the one hiding under the paper towel is the girl, but I'm not positive. I'm not positive. I've even checked their undersides and it's hard to tell. So I'll just have to tell when one of them gets round and pregnant. But then once she's not pregnant anymore, they look alike. So it's hard to, they look the same. There's no visible markings on them to tell the difference. Other than I'm going to have to get used to what their undersides look like. Yeah, they're cute though. These are mice, Eric. I'm going to start breeding them for feeders. They'll just continue to have babies, and the babies will be sold for food. Um, they're the only pair I have right now, so I'll only be able to start off with one stage of, either pinkies or they'll get older and whatever. But I'll probably try and pull out some males and females of the litters to have a few different pairs so I can have different stages to offer. Hey, Jess. Good morning. Yeah, so not quite sure which is which, but I have been advised not to name them. You gotta stay in there. Yeah, they're smelly. They're smelly little boogers. It might be the bedding that's smelling because I actually don't know how long they've had this bedding because this bedding came with them, with the people who surrendered them. So I don't know how long they've actually had that bedding. That's probably what's smelling. But yeah, they're cute. And hopefully they'll provide me with some babies. I mean, as of yesterday, they did have newborns, but those newborns are at work. Um, so now hopefully they'll get get themselves busy and have another litter here soon. Their gestation period is about 20 days. So it'll be a little bit probably before I see another litter. But oh, I just answered the question. Yeah, about 20 days. And pinkies are usually pinkies for 1 to 4 days, and then after that, they become fuzzies, and I think they'll be fuzzies for about up to 14 days, and then they become hoppers, which is basically like misbehaving teenagers. And then after that, they're considered to be like adults, but they'll still be fairly small. Oh, they're both under here. Yeah, 20 days is short. But it should be interesting. And the nice thing is, if I decide that it's not something that I can handle, I can bring them to work and just be done. Yeah. Although our babies would be that big. I, I just got a Rich Girls Hangout message. Oh my gosh. That's hilarious. Oh lordy. I'm not going to share that because that'll just get me hate. And we'd be highly overpopulated, yeah. But oh, I can't forget to put the lid on here. Yeah, I think it's their bedding that stinks, and I'll have to get some different stuff. I figured I would just rip up a lot of, or give them a lot of paper towel that they can rip up and do their own thing with. Um, that bedding just came with them, and I really don't want to spend a lot of money on them. They can eat food that we've already got in the house. They can eat dog food and cat food and some people food and whatever and be fine. Um, and I don't want to get expensive bags of bedding and stuff like that, paper towel or Kleenex or whatever, anything that they can shred and make a nest. Well, apparently some people can hate me. I've lost more people, but 40 weeks is a long time, especially when you're at that 40 weeks, it feels like 2 years. Yep, I think everybody does. And it's just because you can't please everybody. Somebody somewhere is going to be upset about something you say or do, or don't say or don't do. The thing is, we all have different personalities, and You know, we can't expect someone with a different personality to act the same way we would or to respond to something the same way we would. I need more coffee, man. I drank my coffee way early because I had to get up so early to bring Ian back. But yeah, so I'm kind of excited about this new little venture and seeing if I can do it. And it's just funny how I was like, this is probably what I should do because we have a shortage. And, you know, people are coming to work wanting feeders and we're out and we're not getting them for more, you know, almost a week. Like we're not going to have, we've been out for 2 days of most of everything and we're not getting more until Friday. So until then, nobody can get any feeders. And I was just like, I should probably breed them. My husband was like, you think you can? And I'm like, I don't know, but I won't know unless I try. And then the same day I'm talking about it, someone comes in and surrenders a mouse pair that just had babies. I'm like, really? It's meant to be. At least it's meant to be to try. So I guess we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I might have to ask corporate though. I don't think the store manager can make that decision. Um, I mean, I could surrender them to them, but I wouldn't be making any money off of that. In order to make money off of them from work, corporate would have to be willing to use me as one of their suppliers, and I'd have to see. But if we run out, I have coworkers that can buy from me. Um, because I have coworkers who have reptiles. Um, that they're always getting pinkies or fuzzies or hoppers or whatever. And right now we have none. So if they need, you know, they can always come to me when I have some. But right now they're just out of luck. Hey, or okay, Jess. I was gonna say, hey, Jess, but I already said hi to you, and you're going. You're not coming. Have have a good day. Yeah, there's probably. I know that I have one coworker who's a manager who has 5 snakes, and at least three of them are young, and they would eat pinkies. Um, and then one other manager, one of the fish manager, or there's two fish managers, and the one fish manager has 5 snakes. The other one has one, at least one that I know of, because he keeps getting hoppers. Um, and then a salesperson just got himself a snake recently that eats pinkies. Pinkies or fuzzies. Can't remember which. So there's definitely a call for it. And we had somebody yesterday come in wanting feeders and wanting adult mice, which I feel like the adult mice we sell are just like they're not technically adults. They're still very small. Um, but they wanted so many, and the girl came back and was setting up the thing, their little keeper for them, and whatever. And one of the salespeople goes, "You know, we're out of adult mice," and she's like, "What? We're out of adult mice." So she had to go back and go back out and tell those people we didn't have any for them. So in the meantime, they're all like, oh, "What am I going to feed my snake?" Especially if they don't eat anything but live. I mean, we have got plenty of frozen, but we don't have enough live. I need to exercise more too. And I'm not going to provide frozen because I wouldn't have the heart to. kill any of them and freeze them. I wouldn't be able to. So they get live, and that's all they get. Oh, I feel like I'm not 50 yet, but I still feel 80 sometimes. Yeah, as it is at work when I have to pull babies out or when someone else is pulling the babies out, the pinkies or the fuzzies, because their eyes and ears are still closed. The only difference between a fuzzy and a pinky is the fuzzy is maybe slightly bigger and getting hair. Otherwise, they're still very, very dependent and whatever. And they don't even get to see the world, you know. They're all they know is they need to find mama and they need to eat. And I just feel bad for them and people are like taking them out and dropping them in paper bags and I'm like, "Ah!" They're just picking them up and going, "Plink." And I just feel bad for them and here I am going to try and sell them for food. But I just got to, and every now and then I'll go back into the back room and some of our store snakes, the ones that are for sale, they have to go back there and it's time for them to eat. So they'll go and they'll take, you know, for the bigger ones, they'll take a feeder rat or they'll take, you know, the pinkies or the fuzzies and they'll give them to and I walk into the room because I have to do something and I see these poor little babies just they have no idea there's a predator in there with them and they have no idea and I just feel bad. I have to like try and go through and do whatever I have to do without looking. Yeah, because then I think, you know, we have so many frozen ones, you know, they didn't you can't just you can't just freeze the ones that got stick and die or whatever. They're like gassing them or something and that to me is terrible too. Hello. Ooh, we're getting raided, you guys. Premier Hell Raid. Awesome. Welcome, you guys. Wait till they open their eyes when they become shitheads, right? Because I did read that when they start opening their eyes, they're probably going to bite, but they're also being introduced to a visual world now that they don't know. So, welcome everybody from Premier Hell. Awesome. Hello, everybody. Hello, hello. Got Chili Man, Armed American Patriot, Real Good Kid, Fat Crack, Adelaide's Advice Addict, Joshua Coe, Raven the Blackbird. Awesome. Thank you for coming, you guys. Too many too fast. Hey, Premier Hell, how are you? Thank you for stopping in. We were just talking about animals since I am an animal channel. Um, and I'm just getting ready to start a new venture, which is going to be kind of hard for me, I think, because I am an animal lover. And I just brought home a pair of breeding mice yesterday to breed for feeders because there is a feeder shortage. We'll see if I can do it. I'm not sure. We'll see if I can do it. Take away the babies from their mamas for food. But I'm a floating cat head. Hello, Deadpool. Video call and show. Hello, hello. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I've got a lot of pets and I have pet rats that I brought home that were at work as feeders, and I saved them. They're pets now. They're not going to be eaten. But since we do have a feeder shortage, I figured it can help earn some extra money on the side to breed the mice for feeders. So we'll see if I can do it. I don't know. I already feel bad for the little tiny babies, the pinkies and stuff at work. I already feel bad for them. So we'll have to see if I can even manage it. So since you're an animal lover, you're most definitely. I'm actually not. I'm actually not. I love my steak, my roast, my bacon, I love chicken. Like I would, if I had to slaughter my own food, yes, I would be. Because I can't. I can't kill it. But it's already dead, so then I'm okay. I wouldn't be able to do it myself. Yes, and that's my cat back there using, oh, over here, using my curtain as a hammock. I'm a bacon lover. Yep. But I do have a lot of, I've got 6 fish tanks. I've got 2 dogs. I've got 2 cats. I've got a rabbit. I used to have 2 rabbits, but a couple of weeks ago, her bonded buddy passed away. And he was actually the whole reason I even started my channel, which makes me sad. But he did pass away a couple of weeks ago, so now she's alone. Um, and I do have, my son has 4 rats. I have 5 rats. I used to have guinea pigs, but I lost a few of them. So the last one that I had, I rehomed. Um, I want hermit crabs. I want a Pac-Man frog. I want, I still have a wish list of pets. There's a ferret at work. I do work at a pet store too, and there's a ferret at work that I have fallen in love with, and I want to bring her home, but I don't have $200 plus enclosure stuff. So that's what stops me on that is their prices, because I fall in love with the puppies too. And yes, my store that I work at sells puppies, but they're adorable. Yeah, Pac-Man frogs are adorable. Adorable. They're neat looking. I got adorable on my head. You've got fire-bellied toads? That's probably cool. My lovely Budgie, my beautiful 9-year-old cat Sylvie. Oh no, I'm so sorry. Yes, I that's my downfall is that I am an animal lover and I have all these pets, but I've had a lot of losses this year. I've lost 7 animals this year to death, and that just makes me really sad. And I do want birds too. We have a macaw at work that I would love to bring home, but she's $2,500, so that ain't happening. I enjoy her at work. I when I have downtime, I always go over to her cage and talk to her. I would love to have chickens too. Faux Chicken has chickens, and she will breed them for their eggs, and that's what I want to do, so that I don't have to keep going to the store for eggs. I wouldn't be able to butcher the chickens, but I want the eggs. You have a rabbit that runs around your work property outside. Was doing my runs the other night. We have a rabbit that comes around our house a lot. Um, at work, we had a store cat that would walk around, but some customers complained about her. Oh, she scratched me. Oh, she tried to bite me. Oh, well, leave her the heck alone, because everybody tries to get to her. And yeah, she's going to get moody if you keep bothering her. But because we had complaints, corporate told us we had to get rid of her. So one of our previous employees actually brought her home, adopted her, and brought her home. So she's got a good home, but we, as the employees, we do miss her. We do miss seeing her roam around. We have a couple of store rats because they were feeders that escaped, and they just hang out in the kennel area where I work. Every now and then when I'm cleaning up, catch sight of one of them. One of them, when I started working there, one of them, his name is Simon. They named him Simon. And last week, another one escaped. I tried to catch it. Well, two had escaped, and I managed to catch one of them and put it back in the bin. But the other one got away, so now I've named the other one Garfunkel because I know it's a boy. Because we tend to get one gender in sizes. So I know what size it was, so I just named the other one. So now we got Simon and Garfunkel loose in the store. Mystic is a very loving 10-year-old cat. Need to wake up my kids. 5 rabbits. Ooh. Macaws are just about extinct in the wild. I'm not sure if they are or not. They might. Maybe the type of, because there are different kinds of macaws. We have a lady that comes in every now and again with her macaw, and he's blue and yellow. Whereas the one that we have in our store that we're selling is green. And they're different sizes too. So I don't know. It depends on the macaw, I think. Me and my wife are selling eBay. Really, really good money paid. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's what I'm hoping that I can do with these feeder mice is make a little extra money on the side because there is a demand for them. I mean, we're completely out at work, but people keep coming in wanting feeders. So, I mean, it's going to be a bit of a slow start because this particular pair just had babies that are now at work. But it's going to take 20 days. I mean, by the time they mate again, it's a 20-day gestation, and I'm only going to be able to have one age. Pinkies are pinkies are pinkies. Then they're all going to be fuzzies at the same time, and they're all going to be hoppers at the same time. So in the next litter, I'm going to have to try and get a male and a female out of there so that I can have a few different sets of pairs so that can have different age groups. Let's see. I am pet free now that I'm a bachelor, but used to raise. Ooh, Rex rabbits are pretty. I love their hair. We've got a couple of Rexes at work, and I would totally bring them home in a heartbeat, except they're expensive and they're not fixed, and that's even more money. The rabbit I have now, or the 2 rabbits I did have, I got from the animal shelter, and they were both fixed. I got the male first, which is when I started my channel, but it happens to be my male that just passed away. And then 2 weeks after I got him, because they're social, I got her. Now she's alone, but I'm gonna try and just spoil her and make sure that she's not unhappy and stuff like that. But if I want to get another one for her, I do the animal shelter again. There's always rabbits there, and they're fixed. Let's see. We're on the news today. It's unhealthy to kiss your chickens. Who I I had people grossed out because I'll kiss my rats. I have pet rats. I kiss them. They kiss me. And people think it's disgusting. I keep trying to say domesticated rats are like domesticated. Rats are the rodent version of a dog. Rats are like they're like dogs just in rodent form. They're very social, they're very friendly, they're very intelligent. They love to hang out with their people. And why not? And they're clean. Why not kiss them? You'll be overrun with eggs soon. You get it. Yeah, sell them on the side. Have eggs for yourself and then have eggs for other people. You don't kiss your chickens. Hatching eggs on eBay, I was making $40 every 6-pack. Wow. In some cases over 40 and in a few cases. That's crazy. I'd be afraid to kiss the chickens though. They'd peck my eye out probably. My rats don't mind being kissed. The chicken egg cells and baby chicks that I was hatching paid for all their feed. That's awesome. Yeah, the blue macaws are okay. That's the one that the lady has that she brought in, and she lucked out because she got him from the animal shelter and only paid $50. I was like, wow, you won the lottery. He's already 25 years old, but he can live for many, 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 many more years. He's 25 years old and he's very attached to her. She's had him for a year and a half. He has about 80 words and phrases that he says. Um, he won't let anybody else other than her really touch him. He was riding around on her shoulder when she came into the store, but she lucked out because our macaw that we're selling is $2,500 and she got him for $50. I mean, you can't beat that at all. I was like, I need to start looking at the animal shelter for a macaw. She may already be pregnant, so I gotta figure maybe in about 20 days we'll see. I'll see if she starts getting around her because we do have a couple of pregnant moms at work, and I can tell because their bellies are quite round. And they can have up to 14 babies, I read. I was like, holy crap, 14 babies from that little mouse. But the funny thing is, it says moms can take care of 12 at a time. They're physically able to take care of 12 at a time, but they can have up to 14. How does that work then? What happens to these additional two? I don't know. Yes, the softest forever. Yes, Rex rat, and they just look so perfect. Like there's not a hair out of place. They're very soft. Um, we actually have a Flemish giant at work, and I have one of the managers saying, "You should take her home, take her home." And I'm like, "She's already bigger than the rabbit I have, and she's only a baby. She's like 2.5 months old, and she's already bigger than my 2-year-old rabbit. That rabbit's gonna eat a shit ton of food. I can't, and she's gonna be huge. Like she's gonna be huge." Kiwis and Tuis? How do you say that? Yeah, I got both of my rabbits from the animal shelter. One of my son's rats came from the animal shelter. The guinea pigs I had, either I got from somebody else or came from the animal shelter. Um, it's definitely the place to go. And right now, there is a dog there that I want to at least. I said to my husband, "Can we get him? Can we get him?" He's 13 years old. He's a Yorkie. He's 13 years old. He's not attractive. I mean, he's 13 years old, but he's at the animal shelter now, and I just feel really bad for him. He should not be spending his senior years in the animal shelter. I want him to have a good last couple of years of his life, and he's just sitting in an animal shelter right now, and it makes me sad. I guess my caddy doesn't like it, but I don't care. My rabbit doesn't. She'll let me pet her occasionally, but usually she'll initially run because she thinks I'm going to grab her. But once she realizes I'm not going to grab her, she stays and lets me pet her. Hey, Lisa. Hey, Chris. How are you? Free range eggs taste better and feel better buying them. My son does not like eggs. He's never liked eggs. He's 17 years old. He's never liked eggs, but he actually has tried, and he's tried duck eggs at his dad's, and he actually likes them. Duck eggs apparently taste better, or to him, they're better. Taste different than chicken eggs, and I wouldn't know. I've never tried, but I'm interested in trying a duck egg because he actually liked them. Buy the pregnant ones to speed up your process. I don't know if they would sell them to me. We need to keep some of them just because sometimes when we get our shipments of feeders, they'll send pinkies, fuzzies, hoppers, or whatever that still need the moms, but they'll send them without moms. So we need to have moms already, um, in order to keep them alive. I don't know. See, if I got those pregnant moms, I mean, I guess I still have the one male, but I'd be like, once they have their babies, then I don't have a male for them. But I assume that he can get busy and breed with all of them, and then I just separate them out. I'd have to see if they'd at least give me one of them, maybe. But they're definitely visibly pregnant. There's one of them running around in the hopper. I think it's the hopper bin. And she is very round. I'm trying to catch up on the chat here. You've had duck eggs? I've never tried a duck egg, so I'd have to. I've never even tried blah, 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 blah. I've never even tried a brown chicken egg. Only had the regular eggs that I typically just get them from the store. I would love to get them from somebody, like somebody private. Although I would also like to have my own. And apparently some places around here in the middle of town you can have chickens. Like technically I could set up a coop in my backyard right now in the middle of town. But ooh, quail eggs? I wonder how that would work. Like what would come out of that egg if you let it hatch? Half duck, half chicken? That's hilarious. Yeah, I haven't tried quail eggs either. I need to expand my horizons. I need to try brown chicken eggs. I need to try duck eggs. I need to try quail eggs. You don't like eggs either, Eric? My son doesn't like eggs. He's never. It's the one thing consistent from toddler that he's never liked. The only way he'll eat them is if they're cooked into something. He'll eat French toast, but there's the last time we had French toast, he was like, "Mom, you had too much egg on that." Your youngest doesn't like eggs either, huh? Dinosaur eggs last longest in the fridge. Ostrich. Ooh. I've seen someone eat an ostrich egg on like Fear Factor. Eggs are flummy. You got to cook them good before so that they're not flummy. You can't get the gel-ish out of it. Eggs are flummy. That would be a big egg. That would be you'd only need to make one egg. I mixed up some eggs the other day, scrambled them so that I could make French toast, and then I realized we were out of syrup, and I was like, ugh. So I just made scrambled eggs. Ooh, a deviled quail egg. Ooh, I definitely like deviled eggs. Yeah, my son doesn't like them no matter what. He doesn't like them scrambled. He doesn't like them boiled. He doesn't like them fried. He just doesn't. Nope. He won't. He won't. He won't. He won't. Nothing else in the fridge but one dinosaur egg. Unless it's like those little, what are those? Those little tiny dinosaurs that look like they're the size of chickens. All right, Fo. Have a good day. Yeah, I like eggs too. I like eggs too. With cheese. Throw some bacon bits in there. Throw that into a tortilla, a breakfast burrito. Now, I'm making myself hungry. Chorizo and eggs with some. Oh, ooh, I'm getting hungry. I technically haven't eaten yet today. All I've had is my coffee. Guys, you're making me hungry. I do too. I do too, but that's why I need to lose some weight too. But I have guilty pleasures. I do. My guilty pleasures, which I'll have to probably do today, maybe this afternoon. My guilty pleasures are hot Cheetos and Pepsi. Gotta have them. Love them. My husband says, you're not going to lose any weight if you keep doing that. And I'm like, I know, but. And it's not that he's telling me I need to lose weight. He tells me he doesn't care. I'm the one that says, I need to lose some weight. And then I'm chowing down on hot Cheetos and Pepsi. He's like, that's not going to work. Shut up. You need to get your son to school. All right. Thanks for stopping in and thank you for the raid. That was very sweet of you. My son is homeschooled, so right now he's working. And then when he gets off work, he'll do his schoolwork. He does his online. It works out. He'll work I think he works till 4 today. And then when he's off, he'll do his schoolwork. If you feel good and your health is good, what's weight? Yeah, I'm healthy overall. I mean, I have depression and anxiety that I have meds for. And that's about it. Got seasonal allergies, but for the most part, I'm healthy on top, aside from that. Crazy boss girl, hello, how are you? All right, have a good day, Maple Street. Thanks for stopping in. Your son is 6? Oh, I miss those days. I remember when my son was 6. It feels like yesterday. Now he's 17. If you see them in a store, there's these popcorn seasonings you can use on other foods as well. My favorite seasoning. Ooh. That sounds really good. 6 and 4. Good ages, good ages. I remember I saw my son's kindergarten teacher last year, and he loved her. He loved her, and I was like, "Oh, it's so good to see you." And I was like, "I don't even know if you remember me. My son was in your class." And I told her his name, and he's like, and she's like, "I remember him." And I'm like, "Yeah, he's in high school now. Like he's a senior this year." And she's like, "Oh my God." Clayton Curry Vlogs. Hello, how are you? Have a good day, Premier. Get those kids to school. School starts so early for the kids anymore. I'm not a morning person, and if I had to get up that early for school, ugh, no bueno. Oh no, I got a hangout message from Average Girl who was in here earlier. Her service is having an issue, so can't be in here. Well, that stinks. Oh, thank you. I'll have to check you out too. I want to always make sure that I'll visit who comes in. I'll have a lot of people to go through and and look after this raid. So one of the things too that I'm thinking about doing, so let me know if this is something that interests you guys, because it ends up being, hello Passion P, how are you? Wife found and bought them. White cheddar, garlic parmesan, cheesy. Ooh, I'm gonna have to look at some of that. What was I gonna say? Oh, an idea that I had was since I am a pet channel and a lot of you guys have pets, I have in my description of my videos, I have an email. And I was like thinking that maybe I should say, hey, to my viewers, my supporters, whatever, send me pictures of your pets and I will actually put them into a video. I will upload a video, and with the pictures will be who they belong to, like your names will go to your pictures. So it's almost like sharing your animals, but also like shout outs for you guys because your channel names will be there. And just sharing out the animals. What do you guys think? Yes, there's a lot of new faces in here, Lisa, because we got raided earlier. It was kind of exciting. I don't get a lot of raids. Colonel Seasons. Okay. I'll have to look. What do you do? I see her on this side of me, on this side of me in the camera. So then I go and lean that way and she's not there. What are you doing? What are you doing? You love that idea? I thought it would be pretty cool because I get to see all your animals and then everyone else gets to see all your animals and then your channel name goes up too. So you might get people checking you out because I will make a point of saying these are other YouTube channels, these are their pets, you know. Oh, he did? Aw, that was sweet. Aquatic Ness is back. I'm going to have to go through after my stream and go and click on everybody's channels that are new in here. I've been live for an hour and a little over an hour and a half already. How about that? Looks like my mice are sleeping. They're all curled up sleeping again. My new little feeders. I'm done my half an hour bike ride. Got me laid out on the floor. Yeah, I haven't ridden my bike in forever, and usually when I first start, then my butt's killing me, my legs are killing me. I need to get on my stationary one, if anything. Oh, Lisa's got dogs today. She's a dog sitter. I'm jealous. She's got three dogs today. Have fun, Lisa. What's she doing? What's she doing? Oh, she's gonna attack me. She loves to sit in the window and use the curtain as a hammock. That's what music is for. And the great yes, you need to have a nice cushy seat and music. Because otherwise I think about how that's what I would do when I went running. When I used to run, or jog, which is more accurate. I had to have music. I had to be able to be distracted. Otherwise, all I thought about was how tired I was and I wanted to quit. Gotta be distracted. Yep, got shot in the buttock. should show off some more of my animals. I already showed the mice. If anybody hasn't seen the mice, I can show them again. My cat, one of my cats is right here. You were in track. Yeah, well, I was in track in like middle school, but as an adult, I jogged. And I was able to get up like the very first time I started. I thought I was going to die when I was getting close to half a mile. I was like, oh dear Lord. But I was able after a while to build myself up to 4 miles, and 4 miles was about to kill me. And I kind of screwed up my knees. I don't run anymore, so it takes my knees, even if I walk way too much, my knees will start to hurt. So I think I screwed them up with my 4 mile run that I did. So now I just walk briskly. If we could have a dog at our house, my husband would like to have a husky. At work, we also have a Norwegian elk hound, and she is the sweetest thing. And I would love to bring her home too, but Norwegian elk hound pretty much looks like, a lot of people are saying, can we see the German Shepherd? We're like, you mean the Norwegian elk hound? Because we don't have a German Shepherd here. I hate when landlords don't allow pets. I got away with the first apartment I was in. They were like, you can have small caged animals and that's it. And I got a rabbit. And I felt like I kind of stretched the limit there a little bit because it's like having a small cat. And I free ranged him a lot. He had a cage for at night and when I wasn't home, and otherwise he hopped around the house. And I don't think that's what my landlord had in mind, but that's what I did. Huskies are very cute, but they are very, they don't like having their feet handled. I've been a dog groomer, and cutting a husky's toenails, very difficult. Very difficult to do. They do not like it. They do not like it. Right now, the husky we have at work, she allows it. She's a little bit hyper, but she does allow it. It just takes a little bit of time. But the dogs that I have right now, I have a Shih Tzu, and she's like my emotional support dog. Like, because I have depression and anxiety, she's my emotional support dog. Um, and then we have an American Bulldog mix, and she's crazy. She's 3. My Shih Tzu's 4 years old. She was 4 years old in April. My American Bulldog mix just turned 3 September 6th. And then we got a couple of cats. She's 7. She's 7 now. Holy. I feel like we just got her. We got her when she was 8 weeks old. So she's probably about 7 now, and our other cat is getting to be about 6. Thereabouts. My rabbit is 2. My rats are all young. Like, I think 3 months is the oldest for my rats. My animals definitely help with it. The part that's hard is that when I get into a funk, I don't have the motivation to do cleaning, like cleaning out enclosures or doing water changes on fish tanks. I lose my motivation for maintaining them sometimes, and I've got to get out of that. Let's see if I can grab one of the rats. I've got my biggest rat is probably 3 months old, maybe going on 3 months old, and then I've got tiny little ones. But they were all feeders that I fell in love with and brought them home. Let's see what I can grab. I'll be right back. Let's see what I can grab. Who's that? Who's away? No. Lucy's away. Who's that? Hello. I think my oldest one is going to come out. She always comes to see me. Come out. All right. I got my oldest. I hope you guys can still hear me. Here's my oldest rat. This is Lexi. I got her when she was very small. So this is my oldest rat. She's very, very sweet. Yes, she's very sweet. You gonna go in my sleeve? You go up there? And then everybody else is smaller than this. They all have L names. This is Lexi. And then I have Lena, Lucy, Lainey, and I do have a new one that she's upstairs in my son's cage that I haven't named yet. So I don't know. But this is Lexi. She was my first one, and she was a little tiny squirt when I got her. Yes. I have depression. It's surprising how many people have depression and anxiety that are on YouTube. Sometimes YouTube can help you cope, other times it could be the cause. She loves to hang out, she loves to give kisses. Yeah. Hello. Yep. So I have 5 rats, and my son has 4. He's got Raina, Riley, Sagira, and Thea. Hello. This is Lexi, Eric. This is Lexi. She was my first one. She's my oldest. See, I kissed them. I kissed them. They're clean. It's not gross. Oh, you're gonna try and go up my sleeve? You just tinkled on me. That was rude. That was rude. I got piddled on. It happens sometimes. It happens sometimes. Plus, I just woke her up, so partially my fault. I went over there. She was sleeping, but then she heard me, so she came out. Oh, that sucks. Yeah. There's some rude people. And I don't understand how people can be that way. Can you stop tinkling? That would be good. My newest one that's upstairs, she's only upstairs because I have a flaw in my cage where the tiny ones can actually get out. And my son's doesn't have that flaw, so I put the really new ones in his cage to start out because I have had a couple of my little ones escape. Some of them don't try, and others do. So I just have to kind of see what their temperament is like, if they are going to try and get away or if they're content to just be there. I was on Zoloft, but it didn't mix good with my seizure meds and my seizure activity spike. Oh, yeah, that would be rough. Let me put her back because she needs to potty, and she needs to do it not on me. Here you go. I should go upstairs and find my new one, but it's hard to find the small ones in his cage because he's got a bunch of boxes on the bottom part of the cage, and there's way too many hiding places. So I feel like I would, if I went up there now to go and get her, I feel like I'd be gone a while. So I'd have to locate her. I can't remember what I'm, let's see. My stuff is sitting right here. I've got, what's the name of it? Oh, paroxetine, which is an off brand of, I forget. It's an off brand of a common one. I'd have to look it up. I mean, they tried to put me on a certain brand that did not have an off brand, and it was going to be when I went to pick up my first prescription, it was like $50. I was like, "Are you crazy? I only pay $5 for these. Like, I am not paying $50 for a prescription. They're nuts." Paroxetine is off brand for what? It says Paxil. Wait, yeah, it could be Paxil. Paroxetine is an oral drug that is used for treating depression. It is a class of drugs called selective serotonin reuptake inhibitors, a class that also contains Prozac, Celexa, and Zoloft. So I would guess I would say Paxil, I guess. It's used to treat depression, panic attacks, obsessive compulsive disorder, anxiety disorders, post traumatic stress disorder, blah, 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 blah. And every now and then, I still have a really bad attack, anxiety attack, not often. And I still will have situations like if something gets really, sometimes finding a job I can handle, I can't do the really high paced, stressful environments because my anxiety will go up, even with the meds. But I also find sometimes it's just mainly because I'll forget to take it. Yep, gotta wash your eyes sometimes. Oh, hello there, Gemma. You sent me your way. I'm at work, so oh, thank you for coming in before I get busted. Thanks for stopping in. That was very nice of you. I mean, it's up to you guys if you want me to come to go and try and wrangle up my youngest rat. She, I actually had her. I just brought her home last night. Um, Otherwise, I had her on hold at work in a separate bin, and I had her. She would sit on my shoulder or on the back of my neck while I worked. Every now and then, I would put her back so she could potty because there was a couple of times she would poop, and I had to pull. I actually had to wash some poop out of my hair because she pooped and it was stuck in my hair. Um, but she's just a baby. She's really small. But I can go and locate her if you want me to locate her. It would just take me a few seconds. Have a great day, wrestler. Thanks for stopping in. You get headaches and nausea when you don't take it. Yeah. And when I have an anxiety attack, like a full on anxiety attack, I will be nauseous. I will like sweat. I will like I don't feel good when I have that. And I like pace, like I can't sit down. My mouth and my throat dry out. Ugh, it's awful. But when I have normal anxiety days where I'm in a situation where my anxiety will go up, I usually just feel like crying. I'll sit down and I'll just fall apart. And you can't do that when you're at work. You can't. But that's why I'm glad that I have the position I do have at work because I don't have to deal with the public so much. I mean, sometimes I have to, but other times I mainly work alone and I'm with the puppies and, that kind of thing. Might have to deal with a coworker or something, but the only time I really get stressed out about customers is because the salespeople come back into the kennel area where I am and they'll vent. And then I like get stressed out based on their stress. But I don't have to deal with the customers directly, which is nice. Ooh, I might need to make more coffee. But yeah, let me know if you want me to go and grab my new baby, and she needs a name. I'm trying to stick with L names, but I'm kind of running out on L names because I've had a couple of rats that had L names that had passed away, and I don't want to reuse their names. So I had panic attacks since I was 5 years old and would be, oh, wow. I didn't get diagnosed with anxiety and depression until like um 6 years ago. I don't know how I handled it before that, but I would have days where I would feel awful because I'd have a really high anxiety day or, whatever, and I would just not feel good and I would miss some work. And I was like, I need to go to the doctor and see what's going on. And lo and behold, so definitely being put on the meds helped the frequency of how bad they would be. There she is. And I looked the wrong way again because I'm looking at the camera. Hi. My little mice are sleeping. I want to give them names, but my son said, don't name them. You'll get attached. Don't name them. Because if I name them, I'll get attached to them and then I'll get attached to their babies. I probably will anyway. I'll get attached anyway. That's just the way I am. And I'll just have to part with them when they're ready to be feeders. I also thought about breeding crickets because crickets are really easy. Crickets creep me out, but I'm kind of getting used to them because I have to clean them out at work. When I go, I have to clean out the feeder bins of crickets. So I'm kind of getting used to it, and they'd be really easy to breed too. My husband was like, "Well, didn't you say when you clean them out at work you get ones that escape?" And I'm like, "Yes, but that's why if I was to do that here, I wouldn't clean them out in the house. I would sit in the driveway or the garage. And if they escape, but they wouldn't be loose in the house." Oh my goodness. Ow! Don't stretch and dig your nails into my leg. It's not nice. She's coming over here to look at the mice. I learned by the time I was in my 20s to stop myself from the. I'll have to try and figure out how to do that. I'll have to try and figure out how to do that because I've noticed the last few times I've had like the severe anxiety attacks, I'll start off with getting lightheaded. I get lightheaded, my mouth starts to dry out. Um, and then at that point I start to get like the feeling like I'm gonna gag or throw up or whatever, and then I pace. Um, and it usually takes at least a couple hours for that to pass. And I'll just pace. Like the next day, my legs will be killing me because I'll have paced for a few hours and I won't stop. And I'll be drinking, and I'll have to go to the bathroom constantly because my mouth gets so, and my throat gets so dried out to the point I can't swallow. That I'm constantly sipping on water, which makes me have to constantly go to the bathroom in between pacing. It's terrible. And I don't know how to stop that yet. Like it feels like once it comes on, I just have to go through it and then it goes away. As not as quickly as it comes on, but it'll eventually go away and then I'm okay. But nothing really seems to trigger it. It just comes out of nowhere. She's shaking the table a bit. I see you looking at me. So we should, let's see, deep, slow breaths count 1 to 10 and go back to the beginning. Yes, and I think that's partially why I pace, to try and distract myself. If I just sat here and just thought about how awful I felt, it wouldn't help. Definitely need distraction. It says we still got 8 people in here. Anybody else? Anybody up to raid somebody else? I need to eat something. I'm starving. But is anybody up for raiding somebody else? We got to look to see who's live here. At least who's live on my end, because we are all subscribed to different people. So let's see. JDub Vlogs is live. She's doing a networking Monday. Let's see. Telling you. And the thing is, I also know that I get through it. And when I get through it, I'm fine. So it didn't kill me. And I'm like, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. It's going to be okay. But sometimes it doesn't seem to help me out. Oddball Aquatics is live. She's a fish person. So if any of you like fish, that's somebody to watch. Let's see. Who else have we got? Carter's Eats is live. Who should we raid, you guys? Jenny O is live. Ah, I keep hitting things accidentally. Oh, it's late for you. Oh my goodness. 4:06 a.m. there. It is 12 noon here. 12:07 p.m. Let's do a raid on JDub. I'll put a link. Let me see. I will put up a link. We can raid JDub. Let me see. Copy link. Let's raid JDub. If anybody wants to raid with me. There is the link. So I'm going to go ahead and end this. Thank you for everybody that came in. That was awesome. Thank you for the raid and everything. Loved it, loved it. Hopefully I'll see a lot of you back. I definitely enjoyed this stream. But yeah, I put up the link for JDub, and even if you can't stay, go in there, say hello, say Passion for Pets Raid, and let's make her feel special. And I hope you all have a very great Monday. Have a good day, guys. Bye.